Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NJPW Puroresu Review. I am your co-host, Andre C. And right over here is the Happy Princess. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I am doing great, Andre. It is Thursday. It's Thursday today, isn't it? I
As we
figured out
record
which
this,
day
yes.
it is.
As we record this, it's just Thursday.
It is Thursday. I figured out what day it is. We're gonna take that as a victory. How are you doing today, my friend?
I am doing pretty darn good. Tired because it's been a very long day for this old boy. I've been up since like 6:30 this morning, watching wrestling, and only had like 4 hours of sleep because I was up watching wrestling and getting Stardom edited, and just all the fun stuff that we do here at Andre and Melba Wrestling Talk in our
The blessing,
world of
the
crazy.
curse.
The blessing and the curse, but I love it. It's not really a curse. It's not really a curse. I don't see how it's a curse.
We do it because we love it. We love it because we do it.
Yes, very much so. We are here to talk some G1, baby. Night number 7. We're here to talk about. But we
No.
are
7.
No. Touch.
Oh, are we doing this then? Melba phone home.
No, you gotta. Yeah. Yeah. We did it. Cat would be proud.
Stash Queen.
But we are here to talk some Night 7 of the G1. There you go. I did it.
Whatever it is that they bippity boppity do.
They go, and then, but the people watching this show probably don't know who
Have
7
zero
is.
idea.
Or they think we're talking about a movie from the 90s, but we're not. We're not.
We could be.
True, but we're not. But we're talking about a local independent wrestling team who I don't like because they go up against my Rads and my Clandestine Society.
That's true.
But otherwise, we are here to talk some New Japan. But before we do that, I want to say thank you to all of you for all the great support, helping with the growth of our channel. Thank you all so much for all the subscribes. We really do appreciate it. The likes on the videos and the comments. We really love hearing from all of you. It's what we love when doing the show. We love talking to you guys about professional wrestling. So please keep the comments coming in. We want to hear what you think about what's going on in these tournaments. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
Hello.
Love it.
But we are going to get in it. It's the G1 Climax 33, night number 7. I'm very happy I found this because it's just festive and nice and more than just a logo on black. I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
It's the tropical G1. It's the tropical G1, I guess.
Okay.
And it got misty in this match. It's Will Ospreay versus the Great Okan. It's an Empire versus Empire match. Battle of the Empire here. And Ospreay on this entrance, the greatest shot where it shows shooting Ospreay from behind. He climbed up on the apron, and you see Okan just like this, like staring at Ospreay, and Ospreay just standing on the apron, just staring down Khan. Just a great shot of these two like teammates, but you can see in that moment. They're not teammates tonight. They're going to beat the shit, and they're not teammates till the end of this match.
Mm-hmm.
And goddamn, were they not teammates till the end of this match? They show Satoshi Kojima on commentary, and the Kevin Kelly with the line of the night saying, "Hey, it's CM Punk's best friend."
CM Punk's best friend. CM Punk's nuts best friend.
Again, he's gonna be positive about Punk because when he's in the States, he calls them on Collision. So he works for works for AEW. So yeah, we get into the match. Khan getting the power advantage early. Khan then presents his chest, and Ospreay chops him and forearms him. Then Ospreay presents his chest. Khan hits him on Julian chops, and Ospreay took them pretty well, I'll say.
Yeah. And Khan did not hold back. These guys were going balls to the wall in this one. They were hitting as hard as they could. You're absolutely right what you said earlier. They were not teammates for this match. They were not teammates when that bell started, and they were again when it ended, because holy heckin' crap. intense enough to see.
Osprey misses the splash in the corner. Khan hits him in the back. And then he goes up to do the sit on the head. It's like, dude, this is the one person you shouldn't be doing this sit on the head in the corner spot. Like, really? But Osprey slips out and then hits a head and head scissors Khan off the top. Looked really good. Corkscrew handspring kick by Osprey. Sends Khan to the floor, and Osprey hits the plancha. Gets Khan back in the ring and hits a phenomenal forearm. What it is. Maybe it just Childs' move, but it's what it is. Khan stops a sky twist, him going after the sky twister, and him pulls him down, slamming his face, and slams him in again, and then just lines up with this bicycle kick, just a thick looking bicycle kick, and gets a 2 count. Looked really good. Osprey blocks him on Golian chops and gets the Kawada kick to the face, gets the big chops, but Khan stops the Oscutter and gets the cheap killer. But Osprey fights out, and Khan lifts him and dumps him over the top, and he hits hip first onto the apron, and it looked like it being killed.
Yeah, not soft.
Khan whipping him into the barricade, and then tossing on Osprey into the chairs. Khan hits Osprey in the gut and in the back with a steel chair, and the ref is out there. What? Like, and they're even talking. Like, I guess the ref's still letting it go, and they're being very lax about the rules on the outside.
Sounds like a Stardom wrestler or referee.
Jesus Christ! So they're on the floor, so I guess weapons are legal. I didn't know that. I guess that's what Evil needs to do now. Is just start using weapons on the floor, and that's all legal, I guess.
We'll call it the Evil Shenanigan rule.
Osprey gets a hook kick, misses the hidden blade, and Khan shoves the ref, and then he hits the mist, which I was like, I don't. It's been a long time. I don't think I've ever seen Khan hit a miss. He might have in the past, but
he did when he first came out. I believe when he first kind of was fighting with Tanahashi, but I you're right. I haven't seen him do it in a hot minute.
Yeah. So Osprey does a backflip out of the Eliminator, gets the super kick, gets the hook kick, but Khan hits a lariat and hits a moonsault. Did I write this right? He hits a moonsault to Osprey. But Osprey kicks. Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to remember. Did he do this? I'm picturing in my head.
He absolutely did. Yeah.
Yeah. The Khan spray or the consult. But I mixed Khan and Osprey for some reason. I'm tired. I'm sorry. The consult and Osprey kicks out at 2. Knee to the face off the Eliminator by Osprey, and Osprey hits a Spanish fly, then hits the Oscutter for 2, goes up, hits this guy Twister, and he picks up the win. Again, really great match, and it was great to see 2 teammates just beat and treat each other like they're each other's enemy for those the 11 minutes they were in there. And after the match, Osprey's cleaning out his eye with the ice bag from the mist, and then he does hug Khan after the match, and they make up. So they're boys again.
It was a little reluctant at first from O'Khan, but he came around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very, very intense match. Yeah, the moonsault that you mentioned, I wrote that down because the point that I wrote after it was O'Khan once again showing us that adaptability that he has been maybe lacking a little bit in this G1 so far. Go figure, it took Will Ospreay to kind of unlock that for him. Because we haven't seen the spray in a while. We haven't seen that moonsault. I don't recall ever seeing him do a moonsault actually. So seeing him pull it out here really makes me go, okay, now we got to really start to pay attention to what the Great O'Khan is going to be doing for the rest of this tournament.
Yeah, again, a great 11 and a half minutes to kick off this show because it was just, I think it was the best way to kick the show off. Honestly, I think I was surprised seeing these 2 as the first match, but when it happened, I'm like, okay, that was the way to get the crowd fired up.
And boy, really did it work.
And they stayed pretty fired up for most of the show.
Yes.
I really think so. So, next up, we have a Gabe Kidd versus Shota Umino. Kidd attacks in the crowd, puts on the jacket, and then whips him with the jacket, and he's being Umino, I guess. and he brings him to the ring pretty quick. Because usually he beats somebody up for like 5-10 minutes on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Ring fairly quick for Gabriel Kidd.
Arguably Shota's quickest intro.
Thank you, Kid. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I think that's why I could tolerate this match as long as I did, because I wasn't annoyed with Shota by the time he got to the ring.
I love the lariat that Kid's doing when he'll run chest first into the rope, then come back and smash a lariat. That looks awesome.
You see what he does when he's hitting the ropes?
Just like,
he's flipping everyone off.
Oh, is he flipping? Because
yeah, absolutely.
Because he has his hands. I didn't see him flipping people off, but that's awesome.
Yeah, no. The second time I saw him, he came in with double birds, flipped off the crowd, turned back around, and it was perfect. That's exactly what I expect out of him now.
Nice. They end up on the apron. Kid tries the suplex, but Umino hits a forearm. But then Kid hits an even harder forearm, and Kid hits the brainbuster on the apron, and Umino tumbles to the floor. Kid gets the chair, but the ref decides to stop it. It's the same ref from the match before that didn't stop Khan with the chair, but he stops Kid with a chair.
I mean, arguably there was already shenanigans at the beginning of the match, so maybe the evil shenanigan rule has like a cap.
But that was pre-match. The bell hadn't rang yet.
I'm trying to make excuses for them, Andre. Stop poking holes in the logic.
Kid gets a shirt. It looked like a Shota Umino shirt from the crowd. So it had
like a towel. Yeah.
Or it was a shirt or something, very Umino-ish. Chokes Umino with it and then spits on it and stomps on it. So that's why I really thought it was an Umino piece of merch.
I think it was like a towel or a blanket or something. It was like a banner.
Yeah. So Umino coming back hits the John Moxley style 12-6 hammer and anvil elbows to the neck and collarbone. The Kid fights back, but Umino hits a drop kick. He then heads to the top, hits the missile drop kick, and then he hits, as Chris Charlton called it, the Raiden, which is the inverted DDT for 2. Again, that's the first time I've heard it called the Raiden, but okay. Again, we're learning on that. Okay, like Chris teaches us stuff. It's a big thing. They have a striking exchange. Umino getting the better of it on the top rope, but Kid bites Umino, and Umino falls. But then he grabs Umino in the guillotine and then stands up while standing on the second. And like Umino's hanging, it's like a hanging guillotine. It looked dope as fuck.
Yes, his little feetsies are a kickity kicking.
Yeah, I thought it looked great. Kid spits on Umino. They trade strikes, and this is where Umino gets this hateful look on his face, like you just fucking spit on me. Yeah, and hits this exploder. It looked really good. European uppercut, final beat DDT, and Umino sets up Death Rider, but Kid pushes him at the ref. Umino blocks a low blow and hits a very European uppercut and the ignition for 2. Kid then pushes the ref at Umino and hits a straight right punch and the backdrop suplex, but only gets 2. Kid unloads strikes on Umino, but Umino hits a pop-up and then catches him in the cradle DDT, then hits Death Rider. Umino gets his first, I think this is his first actual G1 win because he's had draws and losses. So Umino gets his first G1 win.
That is correct. Yeah, and you got her all. The only thing I want to add is it was hilarious to me that Shota didn't get to take his pants off, his intro pants, and that he wrestled this entire match in his oversized fluffy pants. But I also equally liked that they got partially ripped open on one of the thighs, and it just looked like he was running in hammer pants. Tremendous. Absolutely love that. Very well deserved win. He Shota worked hard for this one. Something I thought was a little weird though is I felt that Shota's comeback to pick up the win at this was like one of the slowest yet steadiest comebacks I think I've seen. Like usually people kind of explode back, and he was just kind of like, "I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, sucker," and like he got it. It was just like. It could have been a little bit more umphy for me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think there's little things with Umino, especially out of the three young lions, that I look at as there's still work he's done. Like Kid is very well rounded he's technically just a recent young lion graduate too.
100%.
Insanely well rounded. Cogden, insanely well rounded. Like it does help for Kid, especially who had a career in professional wrestling before going to the dojo.
100%.
So it's an experience before really informs what he's learned. So you can see that he's a veteran already, even though he's still technically like a young guy in the company. So yeah, there is work. Like Narita, I think there's still a couple things, but I think Umino out of the three with Tsuji, Narita, and Umino has the most work to do personally.
Yes, 100%. I agree.
Yeah,
he needs to find out who he is.
I still love him. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So this match happened.
It was a thing.
It was a thing. So Kenta playing the Defy guitar with Taichi as Taichi's singing.
I loved it.
And then they do a
National treasures.
Yeah, they're doing poses off with the belts, getting the crowd reactions. Taichi gets on the rope doing the peck pop while he's posing with the belt. And Kanemaru is the judge. So even if Taichi did shit, we know who's winning, and Kanemaru picks Taichi as the winner. So Kenta tosses Kanemaru to the floor, hits Taichi with the belt, and the ref hits the bell, and he counts a 2 count for Kenta. And then Kenta goes for the GTS, but it gets blocked and Taichi has a dangerous backdrop. Kenta's like begging off Taichi, and he grabs it to pull him into the corner by the pants. And he ripped pants off.
Pantsed him. Absolutely pantsed him. And you hear Chris Charlton on freaking commentary at that point? Oh my God, he was incensed. So angry.
You don't rip another man's pants off, and like, or something to that. I don't know if that's like what he said. But he said something like, "You don't rip another man's pants off."
I think this is the "How dare you" started back and forth between these two.
Yeah, Kenta, but that's one of Kenta's signatures where he grabs the tights and pulls the guy face first into the rope or into the corner. So to have it negated by pulling the pants off was absolutely genius.
It was perfect timing.
Kenta grabs the ref, and they end up taking out the ref. Taichi clutch isn't counted because the ref is down. Kenta misses the Defy belt shot. I mean, I'm going to call it the Defy belt shot because I like that. And Taichi kicks him, goes for the buzzsaw kick, but he ends up kicking the Defy title. Like, ow. And that's a big piece of hardware.
Metal, yeah.
And metal hardware. And then Taichi's like in such pain that Kenta rolls him up, gets the win in 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
So that brings forward the question. Does the Defy champion Kenta now get an opportunity to challenge Taichi for the KOPW championship? Because is this his second match? Who did he face before? No, this will be his third. Who did he face before?
This is his fourth match.
Okada, wasn't he? Okada was one of them.
Oh, Taichi has faced Okada already, yeah.
Yeah. Would Okada technically also get a...
Because Taichi beat Ospreay, lost to Okada, he beat somebody else, and then he lost to Kenta. Maybe it was... Oh, YOSHI-HASHI. He beat YOSHI-HASHI. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. But that being said, does that mean that, Okada, and I mean, Okada would never, but like, does that
remember, Okada helped create the KOPW, so he might.
Yeah,
especially now that
we both know that Okada wouldn't be able to do anything with that title. He wouldn't be able to elevate it, but he wouldn't devalue it either. It would just kind of coast. I feel like Okada could be a coasting champion.
Just like never 6-man titles.
Yeah, where'd they go?
Yeah, they're just coasting with Okada and his boys.
Right, yeah. So, like, I don't think Okada would go after the KOPW title. I feel that Kenta could. And I feel like Kenta would have a freaking field day with it.
Yeah, he could become the Defy OPW champion.
There you go. Why not? He would have fun with that.
Oh, Kenta would be amazing. And the thing is, Kenta, being that his home is in the United States. Imagine him bringing that KOPW over here and defending it on like indie shows, and like maybe at an AEW show or at a New Japan Strong or GCW.
Impact, ROH.
Yeah, ROH, GCW, and MLW. Imagine just
Hey,
little things you could do if you send Kenta and give Kenta that belt and like just have him do weird little matches for the rest of the year with people in the States.
just saying. Gato fix it.
It could be equivalent to DDT's Iron Metal Heavyweight or whatever it is. It's a title that was over here a long while back where everybody's just jokingly changing the title like on with thumb wrestling matches, and one guy won and lost it in a dream. It's just it was a comedy. It's a DDT comedy title, is what it is.
Well, let's not make Kenta any more of a joke that NJPW has kind of made him into in the last couple years.
Or embrace the joke and make him the best joke out there.
I don't want that for my G1 pick this year.
That's why you never bet on Hideo Itami.
Fucking Hideo.
We move on. It's Chase Owens versus Yota Tsuji. Chase Owens jumping before the bell again. He's only had one match in this entire tournament where he hasn't been the bad guy. That was because Gabe Kidd kicked the shit out of him. Before the match. Chase attacks the lair before the bell. Owens tries a package pile driver. Tsuji rolls out, so Owens runs Tsuji into the barricade on the floor. And Tsuji runs Owens in the barricade. Tsuji whacks Owens' face into the apron, but gets stopped when he's going for the SA moonsault. Apron style tiger feint kick, like a 619. He rolled through on the mat around Owens in the face, then goes up to the corner, hits a beautiful moonsault out of the corner to Owens on the floor. It's a great back and forth with these guys in the ring. I really did like that Owens had the ability to get good, strong offense because of his, again, the veteran ability. Tsuji using his overwhelming size to battle back and dominate on Chase Owens. So it was a little more than was the last match that he had with the last. Yeah, when he had Hikuleo. Hikuleo was trying to do a lot of big man stuff, but Chase was being so dominant where Tsuji's just that much more of a big man presence, in my opinion. Yeah. Some good spots in this match. Tsuji goes for the wheelbarrow bulldog, but Owens reverses it into and pulls him into a crossface, but Tsuji gets the ropes pretty darn fast. Owens kicks Tsuji as he tries to splash him in the corner, hits that beautiful Marvel special. I love that move. Just
so good.
Mostly because of the name. Owens stops a suplex, hits a great Death Valley driver for 2. So the ending sequence, I'm going to go through it all. Owens misses the C trigger, and Tsuji gets the T trigger. But then Owens hits a C trigger when Tsuji goes for the spear, hits Jewel Heist for 2, and then he hits another C trigger. But Tsuji stops the package pile driver, and Tsuji gets the Blue Thunder Bomb and another T trigger. But Owens then gets a super kick and it strikes and starts striking him. But Tsuji gets a huge hard strike, hits that sick ass headbutt, and hits the curb stomp, but only gets 2. So Tsuji lines up, hits the spear, gets his first G1 win.
So good. This match was so good. Very, very technical from Chase Owens. This is what I kind of come to expect from him, especially in the situations where, like you mentioned, going up against the big guys. I think what the difference between Tsuji and Hikuleo here was that where both of them can do big guy stuff, Tsuji can also do the flippy dippy stuff. And that's also CMLL also known for their submission stuff as well. So he, working with Okamura in Mexico undoubtedly helped him a lot in that. And I mean, clearly in this match helped him a lot, especially at that end sequence. It felt endless. Like it just kind of flowed so well into the next bit that, like, you reading it to me again it helped me envision it. And I was like, oh yeah, that was a lot. But it was a lot of fun.
Especially the ending, just the back and forth, the way that ending went. That one was dominating, then the other, then it just switched back so quickly.
Yeah.
And that Tsuji now has the T trigger. I love it.
So good, so good. I was very happy with this match.
And the biggest thing for I'd say for this match is Chase Owens comes from Texas, where you do have a big luchador influence there. While having a very traditional wrestling background, like there's lots of just American based, you have a lot of guys coming across the border that work for promotions. So I guarantee you, this man has worked with a lot of luchadors in his day.
100%.
So to work with a guy who did his excursion in Mexico, it's nothing new to Chase Owens. Again, the guy's been around for 13 years, I want to say, or maybe longer. I don't remember. And then up like 7 or 8 with New Japan. But like he's been around the world. This guy is a world-traveled wrestler. I know he did extensive tours of Canada. I've gotten to work with him, ring announcing for him a couple times. The guys, the variety of people I've seen him work on the Canadian tours has been awesome. So again, it's that flow that Chase Owens has to work with this guy and work with anybody really get a good match. Like I love it. Like I have not been disappointed yet with a Chase Owens match in this G1. Like I'll say this: a few years back when you knew you had to watch him in a tag league or in a Super Junior, you're like, oh goddamn Chase Owens, really? But now I think he's evolved into a really, really strong professional wrestler. I really respect what this guy's done over the last few years, especially through like probably since like 2018, 2019. He's really evolved his game.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's like matured into the guy that he's gonna be.
Yep, very much so.
I agree.
We move on. Okay, I'll admit, disqualifying Kenta versus Taichi because there wasn't much to that. This was my least favorite match of the night. And I love me some ELP. Don't get me wrong.
Really? I felt this one was fun. I felt that this was an appropriate level of goof.
I don't know. I just watched it and I was kind of just like, all right. Again, I like both these guys, but I like Tangaloa when he's in a tag team. And I don't know, just I couldn't get into ELP in this match, and I'm an ELP fan.
Really?
Yeah. So go over it. Tangaloa using his power advantage early. The ELP gets clotheslines Loa to the floor. Gets chops on the floor. Loa runs ELP into the barricade, but ELP hops the barricade, which looked really good. Tries to go for the DDT off the barricade, but Loa tosses him back over the barricade. But then ELP hits the super kick twice, and then dives off like this elevated area, which is a good 8 feet from the barricade.
Yeah, I was gonna say larger than the average person. Like that had to be at least 8 to 10 feet.
Yeah, so he launches off this elevated area, 8 to 10 feet from the barricade, over the barricade into Tango, or not Tango,
almost over Tangaloa.
That was impressive. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But then the match continued. It's kind of lost me. ELP gets the Swanton and the Springboard Swanton and the Lion Salt for 2. Loa gets the spear to ELP, who's going for a Springboard crossbody. A release German, then a lariat in the corner, then another release German by Loa. Again, it's a very good power wrestler. I don't know. This match just didn't hit for me. It's one of those ones where it's just like, delayed jackhammer by Tangaloa, but he can't get the 3 count. Loa goes up, but gets cut off by ELP up top. ELP comes up, but Loa blocks the superplex, knocks him off the top of the headbutt. And then Loa tries to suplex him up while he's like sitting on top, but ELP stops it, gets 2 enziguris, and goes up and hits the Rana on the top. Or goes for the run off the top, but Loa hits the Jado super power bomb.
Yes.
The second rope, and Loa gets the delayed cover, but only gets 2. ELP slips the running power slam and gets a crucifix and steals the win from Tangaloa. I really think he stole the win. And that's 2 crucifix losses in a row to now YOSHI-HASHI and ELP.
And didn't he try to attempt it earlier and and Tonga just kind of yeeted him.
I'm not sure on that one, but yeah.
I feel like he had tried to hit it a little earlier, and Tonga ended up just catching him, and I can't remember if he slammed him or if he tossed him. I know he ended off to the side of him.
Yeah. And I love the sign of respect. Loa lifting the arm of ELP after the match. Like, again, could he become the Canadian Tongan? We never know.
I mean, if I'm one of the GOD guys, I'm a little bitter about making honorary Tongans. But there's obviously a positive history there. Neither one of them seem to be bitter about the Bullet Club's shenanigans that happened there, which is good. ELP is kind of like a lone wolf right now in NJPW. Doesn't really have a faction to call home. I mean, maybe. And we have seen him acting as an extreme face. Maybe we could see him joining a Hontai group. I don't know.
Maybe he could be the POD, the Phantasmo of Destiny.
What I found funny with the comedy part here was ELP demanding Tonga to take Mr. Tang to take off his shirt at the beginning. I found that very amusing. Did you hear Kevin on commentary at that point?
No,
Starts
I didn't.
Talking to Oscar, Mr. Oscar, complaining. They were talking about the topless thing, wrestling topless. ELP prefers people to wrestle topless, and Oscar says, "No, I don't like going topless, sir. You are already topless." And then Kevin goes, "Oh, you got no problem going bottomless." When these guys wrestling in the nude? Like, I don't know what happened there, but I had a good cackle on that one. The crowd really seemed to really come alive for this one. I noticed they were really loud, especially for ELP. I kind of feel that he was like the driving, I don't want to say energy in this one, but like, as you mentioned, like, Tagaloa is one of those guys who seems to perform better in a tag team. His personality, much like Ishimori with ELP, his personality was very much based on the energy around him. When you have someone like Tamadanga, who's kind of like back in that day, almost like a rabid chihuahua running around bouncing off the walls, it's hard not to get energized by that. Same with, again, Ishimori with ELP. It's hard not to get energized because I don't feel like Tonga had someone in his corner this time. I feel like he was kind of maybe lacking that little umphy-dumphy part of energy that you would get from having your bro or your partner in your corner.
I love the umpity-dumpity of it all.
That's all I got for words today.
We move on. Ren Narita versus Hikuleo with Hikuleo. Ginjato's working going back to back, double duty.
Hey, working hard, that Jackdo.
The Hickey man outpowering Narita at the start, but Narita's getting like moving really quick around Hikuleo. Sorry, excuse me. It was very much the power versus speed in this match. Narita low bridges Hickey over the top and attacks him on the floor, but Hickey runs him into the barricade, then backdrops Narita onto the apron. They're back in the ring, and Hickey yeets Narita across the ring.
I'm giggling at you calling him Hickey.
It's how I write my notes. I abbreviate some of the names. Like Julia, all I write is G. So I have to like physically correct myself. But we always call him the Hickey man or something weird. So
yeah, that's true.
Calling him Hickey. Narita gets an armbar off the chokeslam attempt. Again, very good, but Hikuleo ends up running him and kind of runs him into the corner. Narita can't suplex him, so he's trying to do his Narita special, but he can't get it because Hikuleo is too big. So he gets strikes, hits a leg sweep, and he gets a 2 count, then applies a knee bar, then transitions into that cross leg Boston Crab, or maybe it's think it's the Narita Special 3, I think it's called, or something. I don't know. But Hickey gets to the ropes. As soon as he steps over, Hickey's like, and gets to the rope. Like, he got to there quickly. But again, it's not even hitting you have to crawl. Like, just how tall this man is. You're sitting in the center of the ring. That man is like a foot from the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Narita can't hit the belly to belly. Hickey lifts him up, but Narita gets a rear naked choke. Then a Cobra twist, but Hickey flips him over and out and hits a power slam. The choke slam gets reversed into the arm bar, but Hickey ends up getting a stack pin for 2. Narita then hits the guillotine knee, which is that mushroom stomp style knee press down for 2. Then Narita goes up with the knee exposed, but he gets caught. They trade hard strikes, but Hikuleo gets to the choke slam, and Hikuleo picks up his first G1 win. So Narita, out of all the young boys, like I kind of consider Hikuleo in there. Like weirdly, I don't consider Kid and Coughlin young boys, even though they are. Like of the younger generation guys in Narita, Tsuji, Umino, and Hikuleo, and if you want to include Kid and Coughlin, it's only Narita and Coughlin that still need a win.
That's true.
At least as of night 7.
Yeah, lucky 7. Lucky 7. Lucky 7 for Hikuleo anyway. He's now on the board. I believe he was 0 at this point, wasn't he?
He was.
I have a theory that I think is probably what we're going to be working towards with this block A. I feel that it's going to be pretty you voguing over there like a Melbourne.
I'm just trying to what is she thinking?
Yeah. Are we looking at potentially having a very obvious A block winner in certain people, and having these young boys all kind of having the same amount of points at the end of the tournament?
Well, for me, I think honestly, personally, as much as I want to see some of these young guys be contending for that top spot, or even spot number 2, I think it comes down to 3 people. It comes down to Sonata, Kaito Kiyomiya, and this is the one that's going to surprise you, Chase Owens. I think Chase Owens has a better shot at getting into those top 2 than any of the young guys. The way I think the story is, young guys are going to take some pins here. But you got to remember, the young guys are about to face a bunch of each other. Like, they're already facing, so, like, unless they want to do more draws, guys are going to be picking up wins. But Chase Owens, while he is 2-2, I think he has the strongest point in his last 3 matches to, because, like, then again, he still has to face Sonata. So I think that's an obvious loss. But here's the potential: this man ends up with 8 points, like ahead of all these guys. But Kiyomiya is I really think it's Sonata and Kiyomiya going to the quarterfinal.
I have to agree on that one.
I could see the bottom changing around, but I don't see the top twisting around. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now
we want to arguably match of the night. No. I'll give it to main event. This was close. Because you got to remember, these 2 know each other. They've wrestled each other. They've known each other for years. So I think these 2 did, like, G1 YOSHI-HASHI showing up with Okada here. And I think they did a really, really phenomenal job in here. Not the best match I've ever seen from either man, but really looking good. They're slamming into each other with the shoulder block at the start. It's really good. Yoshi ends up dropping Okada with the shoulder block. I was like, okay, give him a little shine early. Yoshi trips up Okada, pulls him to the floor. Okada gets the big boot, the TDT on the floor. Okada runs YOSHI-HASHI into the post, right in front of Chris and Kevin. I specifically saw them, and they got shown on TV a few times tonight. Yoshi ducks the 2 lariats, gets the drop kick to the knee. Chops and strikes by Yoshi. He hits the headhunter, followed by the corner lariat and the neck breaker for 2. Yoshi hangs up Okada, then drop kicks the knee, sending Okada to the floor. Then he hangs him up on the barricade and drop kicks Okada in the back on the barricade. Sunset bomb out of the corner by YOSHI-HASHI. Back in the ring, he only gets 2. Okada catches YOSHI-HASHI trying to corner splash him, and it like lifts him up and over, and then brings him down, hits that area crash neck breaker. Great striking battle right in the center as they're smacking the shit out of each other. But Yoshi avoids the drop kicks and hit the thrust kick. They're lariating each other, beating the shit out of each other. Yoshi reverses a Rainmaker into his own lariat and hits a Kumagoroshi, but only gets 2. Yoshi tries Karma, but Okada gets the ropes. Yoshi has to break and misses the corner splash, and Okada like with a move, like he dodges and he just kind of takes a desperation roll up. Too, like you don't see Okada doing just like, I'm just gonna roll you up out of nowhere. He's like, I'm gonna hit a move, then I'm gonna pin you. So it was kind of surprising to see. Karma gets reversed into the money clip, and he transitions into the short arm clothesline. But Yoshi ends up blocking Okada with the drop. Ends up blocking another strike by Okada. Okada hits the drop kick, hits landslide, and tries the Rainmaker, where Yoshi reverses it into a roll-up for 2. Yoshi gets the super kick, tries the crucifix bomb, but it gets turned into Emerald Explosion, and Okada lifts up the Rainmaker, and Okada stays undefeated in the B block.
I mean, I definitely felt that was going to be the case in this one, but holy hot diggity dang. G1 YOSHI-HASHI just leveled up somewhere along the way and went Super Saiyan.
I felt like I almost felt it plausible for Yoshi to if he hit the crucifix bomb and got the win, I wouldn't have batted an eye. Like I would have been like, yeah, YOSHI-HASHI beat Okada, but it wouldn't have bothered me. Like it really wouldn't have. Now, does Okada take a loss in his 7 bouts? We don't know. To me, the only person that is possible, purely for me, under the entire B block, you have Taichi, Yoshi. He's beaten both of them. You have Kenta. I don't think that's happening. Tangaloa, Great Okan, Alpha Cosmo. It's Will Ospreay. I think is the only person I truly think can handle law out of all those people. Much as we love Kenta, Will Ospreay is the one that's going to create the 6-1 if anybody is going to do it.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that one.
And that
I mean, how can you? It's Ospreay.
And if Ospreay goes on a winning streak till the end and he beats Okada, that means Ospreay would take the first place over Okada if he gets the win on Okada.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so dang. That would turn everything upside down.
Well, there's a story you could tell with Okada getting beat by Ospreay and having this anger inside of him that he still has to deal with Kaito. Might have to deal with Kaito Kiyomiya in the quarters or in the semis. There's and then having to go into second place would like put the Okada we're seeing in a. I have just lost my tag team partner, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So, yeah, we go in. There, she's back. Yeah.
Flying fruitcake.
Melball dropping in and out of this show. So I vamped and did a terrible job at vamping. You know, me, I'm not good at surprises. But yeah, you never know what could happen in this tournament, especially this B block. I think A and B block are kind of I think set of who's the possibility of who comes out of it. But again, you never know.
You really don't.
Yeah.
There's always a Cinderella story in these ones. We got to figure out who it is because goodness, it can't be Okada again.
I'm okay with Okada going to the semis, even the finals, but I don't want a third year in a row. I really don't.
I agree. I'm concerned that we might get it just because he is the golden boy of NJPW. They might want to give him that little crown that says, "Here you go, Mr. Triple Holder." I don't know. Numbers are also weird over there, so I don't know.
Yeah. Again, we'll see. We'll see when it all comes down to it. Again, I could really see Will Ospreay taking the win over Okada and having just Okada have this anger going into the quarters, being he's coming in second place. I could really see it. But we move on to the main event of the evening. It's Sonata versus Kaito Kiyomiya. It's handsome versus handsome. It's the tribute to Muto match.
Yes.
It is the tribute to Muto match. It's his two disciples, man. The disciples of Muto, man. Just a very good standard wrestling start here for the first few minutes. They're just each trying to get dominant positions. Kevin Kelly telling Oscar Loibe to move his foot because the cable pullers are getting nervous. It was just funny to listen to him yell at Oscar Loibe over the commentary.
Constantly, too. Every match, it was something.
It feels
when this guy moves up, what are they going to do with him? They're just going to yell at him from commentary.
I really hope they find another Oscar for Kevin to yell at. I really just want a young boy for Kevin to yell at in every generation.
Yes. Give it to us. Every single one. Love it.
It would be great. Sonata getting a leg lock, but then Kaito reverses and gets into a hammer lock. And then they go into a really cool sequence. Sonata goes for the drop kick, but Kaito holds him on the rope. So Sonata backflips and lands almost Superman's like Ricochet style.
Yeah.
And Kaito Kiyomiya comes for the Shining Wizard, but Sonata ends up ducking and avoiding it. And he goes for his own Shining Wizard, but Kaito gets the arms up to block the knee. Absolutely tremendous sequence. I thought those two did so well with that.
They did, yes.
Yeah. Kaito hitting that springboard forearm, sending Sonata to the floor. And this is where he hits the Tope Con Hilo over the corner or not right over the corner, but over to the side. Like he goes angular over the ropes onto Sonata on the floor. And then
very Tetonish.
Yeah, he brings or Micah-ish or Azumi. Sorry, Azumi-ish. Sorry,
I was gonna say, yeah, that's more of a high speed thing.
Yeah, my brain's not working right.
Your brain's not braining right now.
No, it's mushing.
It's fuzzy.
It's just mush at this point. He brings him back into the ring, and Kaito hits his beautiful deadlift bridging German for 2. And then this is where Kevin and Chris get into a talk of comparing Kaito to Okada. And they're saying, while Okada has this great ability, he would never do the high risk things that Kaito Kiyomiya does. That is where they're saying Kiyomiya has a big advantage over Okada, because he will take the big shot. He will do the hop over the rope. He will do that. Where Okada, you will never see him do a Tope Con Hilo. Are you crazy? The biggest thing he'll do is a baseball slide.
I was gonna say the biggest thing that Sonata does is his little, what is it? The flip off the corner. Why am I?
Yeah, but it just I love that comparison though. Yeah. You end up back on the floor. Sonata gets the magic screw using the apron to the floor. And this, right after the magic screw, is where it says 10 minutes have passed. And I was like, holy shit, it's already been 10 minutes? It's been flowing so well. It's great. Backdrop driver by Sonata back in the ring, and he gets a 2 count. Sonata hits a moonsault into the skull end, but he lays back into it. Kaito rolls and flips out. And then hits a drop kick to the knee. Then he starts continuing drop kicking the knee. Goes up to the top rope and hits a top rope drop kick to the knee of Sonata. Then he hits the dragon screw and then applies the figure 4. Kaito gets a pinfall in the figure 4. Sonata rolls him over, but Kaito immediately rolls him back. And then the 15 minutes has elapsed. It goes. Sonata finally gets to the ropes. Kaito had him in the hold for about 2.5 minutes. I was watching the clock because he's done it a couple times, had these really long holds, and he let it go for Umino. So I was kind of watching on this one, and it was just it was two guys kind of just chilling on the mat. They did a really great job in selling this and making it like the peril seems so good while each getting a rest after 12.5 minutes of hard wrestling. Right? So they're at the 15-minute mark at this point. So Sonata ends up flipping out of the Tiger suplex over top, but he lands and he jammed his knee. He's holding the knee. Kaito misses the spinning forearm. Sonata hits the Misawa-style Tiger Driver. He kips up, but his knee's all wobbly, and you can see him grabbing at his knee. But he gets Kaito up, hits the TKO for 2, and 3 minutes left is announced. Again, I'm just like, God damn, this is so... I'm like, are they going to a draw here? So I'm so into this right now. The skull end spin by Sonata, but he misses the moonsault, and he lands on his feet, and he jams the knee. Again, and Kaito flying in with that shining wizard, but he ends up collapsing to the mat. It doesn't get the cover. You're like, ah! And then rolling elbow by Kaito Kiyomiya, drop kick by Sonata. Kaito hits the Jumbo Tsuruta knee and hits the bridging Tiger suplex, but only gets 2. Then he gets a move, I think he's done it before, where he grabs him in the Tiger suplex, lifts him up, but then twists him and drives him down like Tiger Driver style. So I call it the Tiger Suplex Driver by Kaito Kiyomiya, but he only gets 2. Again, it was an absolutely phenomenal move, like lifting him in Tiger Suplex and twisting him into a driver.
I remember that because I was waiting for commentary to say what the name of it was, and there was just silence.
Because I don't think they know what to call that. It was just
they were probably doing the look at each other, like, you know what that is? I don't know what that is. You don't know what that is.
So after the driver, the 1 minute is called, and you can hear the crowd just in this frantic, cheering for both guys. This says Kaito setting up the Shining Wizard, and Sonata gets the pop up into the TKO. And he hits the Shining Wizard. He goes for the Shining Wizard, but Kaito rolls him up. Or no, he hits the Shining Wizard. And then he goes for deadfall, and Kaito rolls him up on deadfall, but only gets 2. Then Kaito reverses.
Okaido. You were going to say Okaido.
Well, he reverses the O'Connor roll. I was getting ready for the word that was coming next. Kaito reverses the O'Connor roll into his own O'Connor roll. He gets 2. They're trading holds, going back and forth, and Kaito gets a roll up for 2. And then Sonata hits this Shining Wizard out of nowhere. Gets the win. 1, 2, 3. And ref 3s, and then the bell goes, and Sonata's like, did I win? Because it was
so close.
Calling 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 15, 10, and then the ref raises his hand, and then Chris Charlton on English commentary is going, that ended at 19 minutes and 58 seconds. So Sonata now has the record for both the longest 30-minute with Okada in a G1 and the longest 20-minute in the G1 with Kaito.
Hey.
That was... Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even have said it for Okada. That match was really good, but it's the last 5 minutes that really make or last 4 minutes in 58 seconds that make this match arguably. I'm going to put it on my list of match of the year candidates. It was really good. I thought these two, and the build, the first 15 minutes of build, it wasn't like a slow Okada build. It was a strong build, especially in those first 10 minutes. Those next 5, it was a strong build, and I thought they killed it. I really did.
I agree. I thought that they did kill it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This was almost like what I would want out of a championship match with Okada that I had been missing before Tsuji got a hold of him.
You said Okada. You said Okada.
Didn't I? Look what you did. I blame you. It's your fault.
Sonata.
Sonata. Sonata. This was the kind of match that I would want Sonata to be having in a championship level capacity. I feel spoiled that this was, I don't want to say simply a G1 match, but like it was. It was a G1 match. This is the kind of match that I want to see Sonata having every single time. I mean, not the exact same match, but I want to see him match this energy and this intensity with everybody that he steps in the ring with, not just the new upstart coming from, Noah and the mini Muto, follower disciple. Is that what you call them? The mini Kaido is the mini, and Sonata is what, the senior.
Yeah, the disciples of Muto.
Yeah. So like, yeah, this was off the chain, and what a way to end the show. So good.
Yeah, absolutely. So good. Absolutely tremendous. It was bonkers. It was a bonkers good show.
It was. We also got to mention Kaido's hair, because gosh dang, he looks like a hedgehog again. It was hilarious. I loved it. Whereas Sonata's hair just looked perfection the whole time. Must be that new shampoo they're using.
Yep. So we go into the points. I'm going to give you an update. Unlike the last time, unlike Stardom, when they didn't need to throw an update because it was just 2s and 0s, we need an update here. A block, you have Ren Narita and Hikuleo each with 2 points. Narita's got his 2 points from the draws. Just remember that. So Hikuleo is technically ahead of Narita because he has an actual win. So he's technically ahead of him.
Right.
Yes. Tsuji has 3 points. Gabe Kidd, Shota Umino, and Chase Owens with 4. Kaito Kiyomiya with 5 points. And then out in the lead is Sonata, undefeated with 8 points with 3 matches to go. All these men, 3 matches to go. That top spot is still open to me personally for I think Tsuji, Kidd, Umino, Owens, and Kiyomiya all still have a shot at second place. Even Tsuji at 3. I don't think Hikuleo and Narita, they would have to go to 8 points, and I just don't see it. They can max it at 8. I don't think that gets them there. But there's still a bunch of guys in play in that block. But again, I still think it's going to be Sonata and Kiyomiya. It's just not putting Kiyomiya into at least the quarterfinals is a mistake.
100%. 100%.
Then we go to the B block. So you have El Phantasmo, Great Okan, and Tangaloa all with 2 points. So they're not technically mathematically eliminated, but I don't see them coming back because, again, the max they can get is 8. And I think Ospreay still has at least another win in him, if not 2, possibly 3 if he beats Okada. So I think those 3 out. Kenta, YOSHI-HASHI, and Taichi all with 4. Again, they're still in play. You never know what they might. They could take Okada completely out. Okada could go on a losing streak and not make the finals. The world's crazy. And then they could do the same thing to Ospreay. But I still see it as Okada and Ospreay, or possibly Okada and Taichi in that final, going into the quarterfinals. It's 2 of those 3 going to the quarters.
We shall see. I mean, Okada is guaranteed.
But again, if he goes on a losing streak, which I doubt, but so Ospreay's at 6 with 3-1, and then Okada 8 points, 4-0. Again, there's still a toss up for that. I think Okada goes through, but it's still a toss up for who else goes through. But again, if Ospreay beats Okada, again, that throws everything out. Nobody know. You really don't know.
No, we don't. We don't.
But again, I have been absolutely loving this G1. The next show will be coming out. We'll be covering nights 8 and 9. We'll be coming out on Monday because we're going to be recording that Sunday, the same day as night 10. We're going to be recording that on Sunday. We'll be dropping that on July 31st, or that'll be coming out on July 31st. Yeah. So please check that out.
Are we Shop Talk too?
Oh, and we should have a Chop Talk coming out next week. That will get recorded probably at the same time.
We'll get there when we get there.
We'll record that at the same time. Probably at the same time because that one's not going to take us as long. Then we record the next NJPW show. Plus, we're going to be recording more Stardom next week. There's 2 5-star Grand Prix shows this weekend, so that we'll be watching those later in the week and getting a show out probably towards the end of the week for that one. Yeah. So lots of content that we're going to be coming out with very soon. And yeah, Chop Talk will be the LPW 15 show. I think it's 15. 16. I don't know what. LPW Violence is what this show is called.
I was going to say numbers. Don't ask me.
3 stages of hell. Zoe Sager versus Gigi Ray. I am excited to watch that. And then an 8-man scramble match. 8-man scramble for the scramble title. I'm excited for that match. Clandestine Society's Blaze and Crow versus all of the Rads versus all of 7 in an.
Right. Duh. We saw that set up last time. Kadoy. Yep. When fucking Larry hit frickin' Michael with the chair, right?
That was great. As much as I love Blaze.
Fucking Larry.
Larry's making trouble, but it makes great stuff happen.
I mean, yeah, can't argue with that.
No. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here. If you could please like the video, subscribe to the channel, please comment down below because we want to hear from you, and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we drop a new video, whether it's NJPW, Stardom, or Chop Talk, or something special.
Ding dong.
Hello. But you can find me on Twitter, Mastodon, TikTok, Hive at That Canada Guy, Instagram and Threads at That Canada Dude. Soon coming to Blue Sky. I got that invite coming soon, hopefully. You can find me on Facebook at Andre and Melba Wrestling Talk on Facebook. You can find me in the comment sections down below. You can also find us, both me and Mel. I should really change the text for this. Over on Backbreaker Video, where you might be watching us now. If not, go over, check it out. Great wrestling content coming out on Backbreaker Video. Lots of us, Astrid, other people. A lot of great content coming in there. Mike doing his live content over on twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. Every Wednesday, the Dynamite watch along. And just plenty of live gaming content that he is doing. I know he had Kayla J on today. Kayla J on today, but then you can check out all the great replays from their gaming channel at youtube.com/backbreaker at backbreaker_gaming, where you get Mike the Ref, you get PJC, who has returned to streaming, you have Rick Jules, and then you have Kayla J guesting on a bunch of stuff. So there's lots of great gaming content coming out over there. You can also find me. Please check out. We just released a review of the finale of Secret Invasion, featuring me, my Marvel tag team partner Ed, Mel's Ladies Wrestling Showcase partner Astrid Pizarro. And also my boy from SNM Radio, the wonderful Boris Roberto Aguilar, joining us here, also from the It's Canon podcast, which has become one of my shows I never miss anymore. All that great content coming out. That we did that show, we broke it down, we've talked about what we wanted from the future. You can find that over at youtube.com/@OurLocalEstablishment. And if you want to see all the great live content from Our Local Establishment, you can check them out at twitch.tv/Our Local Establishment. They're on Instagram, TikTok, and plenty other things at OLE Podcasts. Melball, where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow Melball, you can find her on Twitter at Collins Melball. You can find her on Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Facebook at Melball Collins. That's the fastest I've got that out. You can also find me on Our Local Establishment on Paramindful every 2 weeks on Monday with Alex the Werewolf and the Gold Standard. Gold Standard. Blah, blah, blah. The gold. It's the alien jargon for Gold Standard. Caro Carafel. See what I did there?
Aliens are real.
Aliens are real. Apparently birds are too.
No, birds aren't real.
Right. Sorry, birds aren't real. Aliens are.
I'm debating. There might be a new sign hanging here for Chop Talk. I don't know yet.
Uh-oh.
Just
That
for Chop
being
Talk.
said,
Don't forget about Astrid.
No, I won't forget about Astrid. You can also find me on Astrid Pizarro's YouTube channel on her show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase, where we talk everything amazing ladies wrestling. We've been kind of on a little hiatus because Astrid's been getting some amazing opportunities, and I would rather her take those opportunities than be stuck here with me. So she has been taking those amazing opportunities. But we will be back very soon talking about Julia, Mariah May, a bunch of Stardom ladies that we need to chit chat about because they've been doing some pretty awesome stuff as of late. And if you're wanting to find NJPW and watch it, we will leave a link in the description box down below. It is NJPW-World.com. It is 999 yen, or approximately $10 Canadian. But actually, it's more like, $7.30, $7.50. We do this every time. I should really check to see how much they're charging me. That being said, it is a small amount to get some amazing, amazing wrestling and access to all of the amazing wrestling that has happened in the past in NJPW. If there's matches you want to see, like Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom, you guys come on down and watch it. Andre, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say thank you. Please like the channel, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and hit the notification bell.
Ding dong.
Hello.
And that being said, I am your Bobo. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Adios.